just do it. But apparently some shoe company already had it, so I couldn't use it. At that time, I was also reading a book about future-proof careers. And since I was setting up a company that was setting up to help young people for what's next, the tagline almost wrote itself. Are you future ready? It wasn't just branding. It was a real question that I was asking myself, and the team I was about to hire, and the partners we were hoping to work with. 15 years later, I find it's still the same question that matters. Maybe even more today than it did back then. Because the world that students are graduating into today is profoundly different, faster, more automated, and increasingly shaped by forces they can't see, but will deeply feel. Here's something extraordinary that just happened. For the first time in history, this past quarter, April through June of 2025, the total AI-related spending by corporations like Microsoft, Meta, Google, Amazon, added more to the GDP than the total consumer spending of 330 million people in the US. Think about that for a second. The combined spending of every company that spent money on AI was more than what households in America spent on mortgages, on food, on groceries. In just 3 months, corporations spent more money than all people in America spent. Right? And that kind of shift we're seeing should force us to kind of pause a little bit, because it's just not a statistic about companies spending money. It's a mirror of what's already reshaping our classrooms and the world our students will graduate into. So why am I sharing that? Why does this matter to us, counselors and teachers and universities? Because as America goes, whether we like it or not, so often goes the world. If the world's largest employers are placing such massive bets on AI, shouldn't we be asking, what signals are they sending about the future of AI-driven work? How are we preparing our students to step into that future? And here's the paradox in education today. Right? We speak of innovation, but we remain trapped in tradition. We teach about the future using systems we are designing for the past. And we prepare students for careers that no longer exist, with methods that no longer work. And so the real danger is not that AI will become too powerful. It's that we as educators become too passive. The world our students are entering is being rewritten in real time. And yet many of us are still working from blueprints drawn from a different era. Think about careers. For decades, we've told students that careers look like ladders. One rung at a time, step by step, predictable, secure. But today, careers look more like ecosystems. Students won't just climb upward. They'll move laterally, diagonally, sometimes even backward. Reskilling, reinventing, reimagining as industry shift. The shelf life of a skill is now shorter than an average degree program. Which means the real value of education is not the degree itself, it's the capacity to adapt. So when we ask students, are you future ready? We're not just asking about skills. We're asking about something deeper. Because the future will not be shaped by machines alone. It will be shaped by the qualities only humans can bring. Empathy, creativity, conscience. We're entering what I call the human advantage economy. And that's where every counselor, every teacher, every recruiter in this room matters. Not because you can outcode an algorithm, but because you can do something that no algorithm can. Notice when a student is struggling. Guide them through uncertainty and help them build not just a resume, but a life. And that's why G2 is different. We didn't build this gathering to look impressive on social media. We built it to be intimate, honest, and disruptive in the best way. We actually spend our own money on it because we believe the people in the room, you, shape futures in ways no AI platform, no glossy brochure, no viral campaign ever could. We didn't come together here to admire problems or trade jargon. We came together because this is one of the rare spaces where honesty is valued, more than status, where voices from different corners of the ecosystem sit at the same table, and where the mission matters more than the margins. If you notice, your name tags don't include names of your institutions. That is by design. We want transformational engagement to happen, not just transactional ones based on which institution you represent. So let me say thank you. Thank you for showing up, for making this a priority. And also thank you to our university and organization partners who supported travel and accommodation for several of you that are here today. Because shaping the future cannot be reserved. Yes, thank you, yes. Because shaping the future cannot be reserved for just those who can afford a ticket. It must include those who sit with students in their questions, anxieties, and dreams every single day. And that's the spirit of G2 that I want to capture. We strip away logos, hierarchies, and transactional habits so we can speak honestly, not just about recruitment, but about what it all adds up to. Because at the end of the day, recruitment is not just about filling classrooms. It's about preparing students for a world that is changing faster than the systems designed to serve them. And that's where our responsibility deepens. If we were to make gatherings like this really matter, we need more than meetings and discussions. We need a new compact between generations, something that balances parents' hopes for their children and the students' dreams for their future. One that says we will honor tradition, but not be imprisoned by it. We will prepare students not just to succeed in our world, but to reshape it for the better. And that compact isn't abstract. It means preparing students not only to navigate our belief systems, but to question them, to improve them, and sometimes even to rebuild them. That is a responsibility we share. So that's why, in a moment, you're going to hear something very different. At most conferences and gatherings, the stage would go to a renowned speaker with an impressive resume. But the future doesn't belong to resumes. It belongs to voices that are still forming, still questioning, still daring to see the world not as it is, but as it could be. So today, instead of asking you to listen to another expert, I invite you to listen to someone living the future right now. And as you listen, notice the difference between the way we talk about the future and the way they speak from it. Because if there's one truth we must carry from this gathering, it's that the future will not belong to the most automated, the most credentialed, or even the most ready. It will belong to those who remain curious, compassionate, and deeply, irreplaceably human. And the best way to begin is to let the future speak for itself. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our speaker from the future, Adya Kachi.